Hello, everybody. This is Mango Oblivion Plays, and today I'm going to be going over a breakdown of the 1.2.1 update for Civilization 7. So you don't have to read the patch notes. I did all that. I watched their videos. This is a nice little summary of everything that's coming out today in this new update for the game. To start off, a brand new map version is available in Civ 7, which is the Pangea map. All civs will start on the one continent in this map, and then for the distant lands, they will be creating small islands on the outskirts of this island that you can settle for treasure resources. So if you're wondering how that was going to work, that is their solution on this Pangea map mode. The next thing that they're adding to the game is that human players can now spawn on both hemispheres in multiplayer matchups. So if there's not enough space in a multiplayer match on the one continent, then players will spawn on both continents. In this instance, the distant lands will flip based on your starting position. So if you're on the left continent, your distant lands will be the right. If you're on the right, your distant lands will be the left. They've also adjusted raising penalties by reducing them. Penalties are now just a loss in influence during the generation for the or loss in influence generation for the rest of the age. So basically, you'll generate 8 less influence for the rest of the age that you're in for each city that you raise, um, and that is a sharp reduction in what the penalty was for reducing or for raising a city. So that's exciting. There's also been a lot of leader and civilization updates, and I'm going to go through each one individually. First off, they've changed Pachacuti's ability. Now, production in cities is increased to be equal to 10% of the food that city produces. I believe it was 5% before. Frederico Bleak now gains an infantry unit every time you complete a tech mastery as well as complete a science building, so increasing the opportunities for you to get those infantry units when you're playing as Frederic. His Baroque persona also gets that bonus of getting an infantry unit when you complete a civic mastery. But they also added that he now receives one culture per age on all displayed great works. So as the game goes on, that could add up to being a lot of extra culture for your civilization. Jose Rizal now gains 20 culture, science, and gold per age on all narrative events that are completed. So boosting him a lot more in that regard. Hatshepsut now gains one culture for each unique resource she has slotted into her cities and settlements. So you can really increase the culture you generate by going along that economic path that Hatshepsut is pretty good at doing. And then Himiko, the High Shaman, now gains 2 happiness per age on all happiness and influence buildings, and she also now receives a 50% production bonus towards constructing happiness and influence buildings. So doubling down on that ability that she has. Moving on to civilizations, Great Britain got some buffs. The antiquarian unit now gets 20 culture for each tile away from the capital and extraction occurs at. So if you're 50 tiles away, that'd be 1,000 culture. The financial center quarter is also now improved, granting 2 gold and science per connected settlement, where it used to just do 2 gold, I believe. Next is the Kemmer. Their beret, which is their special improvement that they can make, now grants immunity to flood damage for the rest of the game as long as the beret stays on the map. So if you get rid of the beret, that flood damage can come back, but if you keep it for the whole game, that city cannot be damaged by flooding. So that's a pretty powerful incentive for keeping that around. For the Majapahit, their unique district, the Pura, now gives a discount on converting towns to cities, and it stacks. So each Pura you have is going to increase that discount. The Normans' unique quarter, the Donjon, now gives a 10% production bonus to cavalry unit production, which is an increase from before. The Inca, the terrace farm, now gives food and gold adjacency bonuses. These can be now placed on any rough terrain tiles. There used to be stipulations on where you could place them. You can now place them on any rough terrain tile without stipulation. Russia now gains one culture and one science on all districts, but you double that if they're in tundra. And the China now provides two culture and tundra tiles and gives two food to all farms in the settlement it's been built in. Finally, the Songhai get the most buffs, at least in my opinion. The first is if you complete its final special civic, the Kanta civic, you're able to create treasure fleets on the homeland that are worth 2 points. They also made the Tajiro a cheaper unit to produce, as well as buffing how much gold per active trade route you get when you play as the Songhai. So I think that they are going to be a very strong exploration age civ, even stronger than they were before because of these buffs. Finally, they did add some minor UI improvements that are going to be leading to bigger changes that they, as they said, down the road. They are currently working on improving the UI, but they've only got small things to add. In this update and patches down the road, it's going to be much bigger changes are going to happen. They also said that they improved the AI at the harder difficulty levels, improving their combat decisions, their commander tree decisions, as well as their diplomacy. So your AI opponents are gonna be a little bit smarter the harder you play on in Civ 7 from now on, moving forward. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed watching Civilization 7 on my channel, as well as playing it at home on your own. The developers of the game did say that our bug reports and everything that we've been sending them as we've been playing has been very helpful. So keep doing that if you notice things or if there's things that you want to address with the development team. Make sure to send that along because they are using that information to improve and build upon this game. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you soon with more Civilization 7. This has been Mango Oblivion Plays. I'll sign off for now.